I love cooking a barbecue on a budget, and in this video that's exactly what I'm going to do. Taking these cheap supermarket chicken thighs, showing you how to prepare them, barbecue them and serve them with this amazing Alabama white barbecue sauce. This amazing meal for two costs less than £5 and it's so easy anyone can do it. My first step in creating this budget meal is to head down to Morrisons and check out what they have in their chicken aisle. Chicken thighs are always a solid choice. They are a lot cheaper than chicken breast, have way better flavour and are a lot more forgiving when you're cooking them. A kilogram of these chicken thighs with the bone in is going to set me back £3.70, and for that I'm getting 6 fairly decent sized chicken thighs, which works out at just 62 pence per thigh. I also saw these even cheaper in Aldi at £2.99 a kilogram, and in Tesco they were £3.75 for a kilogram. To cook these chicken thighs, I'm going to be using a recipe from Marcus Bawdon's book Food and Fire. It's for a grilled chicken thigh with pickled white barbecue sauce. I'll put a link in the description so you can pick up your own copy. This is actually my first ever barbecue book and I still use it all the time. These chicken thighs come whole with the bone in, but what we want is flat chicken thighs with no bone, so we're going to take that bone out. This can seem a little fiddly or daunting if you've never butchered up any chickens before, but rest assured it is incredibly easy to do. And buying thighs like this and taking the bone out yourself will save you a lot of money. All you need to do is score a line down each side of the bone, just trying to keep as close to the bone as possible, so you're not throwing away any of that valuable meat. And once you've cut all the way down to the bone on both sides, you then just want to separate the knuckle by going underneath it, and then this end of the bone should just lift away nicely. Once you've lifted up that bone, you can just run your knife along the back of it and the whole bone will come straight off. Doing it like this does leave a little bit of cartilage on there, so again you can just slice that off and that'll leave you with a nice clean boneless skin on chicken thigh fillet. Now if you wanted to be really neat you could cut off some of the excess skin on the end, but I love the skin, it crisps up nicely, I'm leaving it all on. And really it's as simple as that, just rinse and repeat for all of your thighs. And before you know it, you've got your pile of thigh fillets and a pile of bones. Now, of course, you can just take this pile of bones and throw it away, but what I've started doing is collecting up all of the chicken pieces from whenever I'm butchering up a chicken carcass, putting them in a Ziploc bag that just lives in the freezer, and every time I have new bits of chicken to add in, I just put them in and pop it back in the freezer, and eventually I'm going to make some stock out of it. And now we're ready to get these chicken thighs seasoned, so I'm going to lay them out on a tray skin side down, and then give them a good dose of barbecue rub. I'm just using my homemade barbecue rub, but you use any one you like. Just give them a nice even coating on each side. And once they're all nicely seasoned up, they can sit to one side for 20 minutes while we set up the barbecue. My dog and I are going to cook this on the Weber Master Touch today. First off, I'm going to fill up a chimney starter full of restaurant grade Big K Chiller Griller charcoal, which I actually also bought from Morrisons. Just set up a couple of wooden wool firelighters underneath, light them up, place the chimney on top, and give it about 20 minutes to get going, or until you see the coals at the top of the chimney starter starting to glow white. I'm going to be using 2 charcoal baskets for this, but there's no reason to do that at all. They just happen to be there. You can just dump this straight into the barbecue, no problem for this cook. We're going to be cooking directly over these coals, so there's no need to set up a cool zone. We're just going to pop the grill on, close up the lid, open the vents around halfway, adjust the bottom vent as well until it's on its 3rd rung. And this should get the barbecue to settle in at around 160 degrees Celsius. Don't worry too much if the temperature gets away from you here, it'll settle down during the cook. What we're going to do for this first stage of the cook is take your chicken thigh fillets and place them skin down directly above those coals. This is going to help that skin crisp up nicely. Once they're all in, close up the lid and leave them for about 20 minutes. And while the chicken thighs are doing their thing, we get to knock up our Alabama style white barbecue sauce. In the recipe, Marcus calls for good quality mayonnaise, by which I don't think he means Aldi's own brand, but it's what we've got. 6 tablespoons of it are going to form the base of our sauce, and to that we're going to add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Then the recipe has 3 pickled gherkins finely diced. Now I don't have any of those individual gherkins, so I'm going to use some pickles that I made earlier, get a good handful and dice them up finely. Once these are diced up, we can just add them into the sauce. And then you want to take 1 tablespoon of that lovely pickling juice from the tub of gherkins and add that in. Then we're on to some yellow American mustard. Just throw in 1 tablespoon of that, a teaspoon of granulated white sugar, 1 garlic clove smashed to a pulp, or if you're lazy like me, 1 teaspoon of pureed garlic. Then we add 2 teaspoons of coarsely ground black pepper, a single teaspoon of creamed horseradish, and finally a good pinch of sea salt. And just give all that a really good mix up. And there you have your Alabama style pickled white barbecue sauce. This stuff is absolutely delicious and you really have to try it. And now that 20 minutes have passed, it's time to go back out to the barbecue. Opening up the barbecue, this chicken is smelling absolutely incredible, and I can see that that skin has crisped up nicely. All there is to do now is flip them over and make sure they're cooked all the way through. Some are more charred than others, but don't worry, it's all flavour. While those thighs are cooking, we'll just knock up a quick salad with leftovers from the fridge. After about 10 minutes cooking on their other side, these chicken thighs should be done. Now, to make sure of that, I'm just going to check with my handheld thermometer to make sure they are over 75 degrees. This is to ensure that they are safe to eat. And with chicken thigh, unlike breast, don't worry about going over. Unlike breast, thigh meat is very forgiving and will stay nice and juicy. These thighs went to just over 80 degrees, and as you can see here, they are nowhere near drying out. With these thighs fully cooked, it's time to get them inside. The colour on these is fantastic, and I cannot wait to get stuck into them. This is a relatively quick cook, so there's plenty of life still left in my charcoal, so to preserve it, I'm just going to close the vents fully down on the top and the bottom of the barbecue. And now it's time to serve. Now, the original recipe just calls for some pickles, maybe pickled jalapenos and things on the side. However, I've just gone for a salad and some boiled eggs, because it happens to be what I had left over. Just lay out your chicken thighs and pour over some of that delicious white barbecue sauce. Now, we know the thighs cost £3.70 in total, and that was 6 thighs, so it makes 2 portions. It's a little bit hard to cost up the salad and the sauce in all this, but I would say we're comfortably under our £5 spending limit for these 2 meals. I'm always so impressed with this recipe. It's incredibly simple, really cheap, and so delicious. And if you've never tried white barbecue sauce, I highly recommend it. It takes this dish to a whole new level. And if you want to see even more cheap, easy barbecue meals, then check out one of these videos next.